Hello everyone, Porterhouse here. This is going to be an unusual departure from my usual tanks. Everybody who watches my video knows I like the American and British medium lines, but I decided to go up the German line. And so I started out with the Pz.Kpfw, went up to the 38, and now I'm in the 38T in A. So it's been a fun little tank. I've been having a blast in it, and it actually started to be pretty successful in it. However, the first match of the day is actually going to be in my my Sherman, my old Sherman M4. That's because I moved the crew out of my Easy 8 into my T20 since they're much better trained, and been having some success with that. Not as much as I want, but I'm getting there. Anyway, like I said, it's going to be in Big Daddy Version1 with my 105mm howitzer. I'm just going to stroke the barrel there a little bit, and you'll enjoy both matches. Now, the German one, I didn't do spectacular as far as the number of kills, but you'll see why I enjoyed that match so much. So on with the video. Alright everybody, this is the first match. As I said, I'm in my M4 Sherman with the 105mm howitzer gun on it. This is my second favorite tank, my first being my Easy 8, of course. This one's still pretty hardy, and as long as I'm in a match where I'm close to the top like this one, which is the Tundra map, by the way, I can actually do pretty good. I was expecting to be up against higher tiers, because that's pretty much how my whole evening went. So I still had the 105 on it, so I'm going to have to play differently than I would if I had the 75mm on there. And what that is that I'll have to hang back and take pot shots of opportunity when I got them. Now the reason I'm doing that is because I love the 105, but it loads really slow. So I need to hang back. Now on the Tundra map, I got my favorite little peaky spot up here. A lot of people use it. Everybody knows about it. And the opposing team, when they start on that side, always rush this little valley over here, and there's some rocks that they use for cover. A lot of them will get up on top like that M5A1. I was going to try to draw a bead on him, but he was playing cagey. And so I'm maneuvering around, and as I'm pulling back, somebody took a shot at me, and I'm pretty sure it was that M5A1, although I'm not positive. Now, if I were in the Easy 8, that would likely miss. He also might have been shooting at that artillery, but I don't know if he spotted him or he was just blind firing, because that's where he saw me last. I saw this key-ho over here, and that's a pretty soft target for a Sherman with the 105. So I'm kind of watching and waiting to see if he sticks his nose out long enough. And there's a Matilda over there with him, but he's too far forward. And I can see that VK and a T80 maneuvering around down the valley, so I'm trying to stay out of sight. And I ended up blind firing at that key-ho and shot him and got him, so that turned out pretty well. You got to be careful coming up to this spot, because there's 100 little hiding spots for the enemy team on the other side that you can't always see them until it's too late, so trying to stay behind these rocks. Also trying to keep an eye on Artie over here. If you haven't played World of Tanks, up close artillery are pretty vulnerable. Although I've had more than one artillery surprise the crap out of me when up close. And yeah, I can't play without knocking over a tree, period. It's just the way I do it. I see Ballistic down there maneuvering around. He's actually fairly damaged. Oh, and that Artie is just dropping bombs on that team. Now there's that T67 who comes out, pays for sticking his nose out, so that's my second kill of the game right there. Now at this point, if you look at the teams board up at the top, you can see that we are losing badly. We are just getting mangled. And I turn around and look, and the enemy is all over our base. And, you know, I run into this rock because I wasn't paying attention to what the hell I was doing. And I shot at that Marauder and missed by a mile, but somebody else took him out. And I'm trying to support Ballistic 63 over there, but I can't get a shot at anything. See my turning my turret around, trying to find a shot at something. And I hit that Churchill. Pissed him off. Took another shot at him, missed by a mile, and right about now they're starting to shoot back at me, and somebody hits me. It was another M4 Sherman. I took another shot, hit that Churchill again, and that's the point where I decided I need to get under cover, because I'm just getting smoked. And a Matilda I didn't even see got a shot into me. Now there's that Chi-He over there. I don't know what he's doing. He's kind of poking around. I think he's trying to get it lined up a shot on me. I can't really tell. And I can see these enemy tanks starting to move up on us. Got the Chi-He. There's an M7, which is a fast tank, and he runs into me and actually gives me my 4th kill of this match. So that's how it went. Okay, not a bad match, even though it was a loss. I did 1,003 points of damage, got 4 kills. One of them was the kamikaze, where the guy ran into me and destroyed himself and me at the same time. I basically went down swinging my 105mm, you know, tank penis around. I did get some nice badges on this. I did get my my fire for effect. I got my eye for an eye, which means I simultaneously destroyed and got destroyed by a single tank. I got duelist and I got fighter. I did top damage and top kills in that match and got a nice chunk of change, so it turned out pretty well. Okay, everybody, this is the Serene Coast map. This is another map I really like. This is maybe my 6th or 7th match in this Pz.Kpfw. Still trying to get used to it, but it was also the first match where I did well. I only got 2 kills, but what kills they were. Now, it currently has the flak cannon mounted. Not the best gun in the world for penetrating tanks, but it does shoot. It will dole out a lot of damage to light tanks or lightly armored tanks, so you will get to see that in action. And I'm going to go scout. And this upgraded version of the Pz.38 actually moves pretty quick. Top speed is 64 kilometers per hour, which is not too shabby. A lot of other tanks move a lot faster. However, I have learned that I can drift in this. You won't see any of that here. Sorry. I usually save the drifting for going around corners in cities. It's more dramatic that way. Now, I was intending on moving up, but I saw these juicy targets move up. There's a Stug. I was hoping he'd stick his nose out far enough for me to put around it. And then I see this Leopard moving around. I'm going to try to... And I missed horribly. And I pull back because I'm, scared Artie's going to show up. And then I see this PZ3 move up, and I am just scattering rounds everywhere. And artillery had spotted me and started lobbing shells over my head. Anybody who plays with me regularly knows I am an artillery magnet. It's like every game where there's artillery on the opposing side, they will drop everything just to shoot at me. I don't know if it's because I stink or, if I look funny. I have no idea. I'm still nervous about this Leopard tooling around down there. I want to try to get a piece of him. But then I still see that Stug down there. And he is right out in the open. But somebody gets him before I do. Now there's a Matilda down there. Now that's a British heavy tank, and I just cannot penetrate him. I know that's in German, but he's basically saying it didn't penetrate. I'm trying to get his tracks. And I think I got him right there. I tracked him. But another Matilda took a shot at me. That other light tank took that Matilda out, so we're going to move up. See, there's the Matilda. Now I got to be careful because for a British tank, the Matilda has a hefty gun on it for its size. There's an M3 Lee behind it too. Now this other light tank moves in. And that is about all I could do is bounce rounds off of him. And he moves behind that hill, and I saw somebody took a shot and hit that M3 Lee, which is actually a tank. As long as I get it from the side, I can penetrate. As you see, Artie found me, so I'm going to move along here. I probably shouldn't have stayed there for as long as I did. I did not think they actually spotted me. Apparently they did. So I'm going to move down into the valley. There's 100 little nooks and crannies to hide in down there, so I'm kind of jerking my mouse around because I'm trying to keep an eye on everything around me. And then I see this Force Recon Sam Zoo move up, so I'm going to follow him, although I don't think there's much we can do. At this point we have a slight advantage. And Force Recon got that Lee. So now we got the Matilda left. And there's really almost nothing I can do other than keep him busy. There's this heavy moving up. And I just asked for fire support. Asked for artillery. And that Matilda's sitting still, so I was hoping Artie would drop a round on him. Then he starts moving a little bit. So I'm going to try to track him, and I actually did a little bit of damage. And a little more. I can't actually penetrate him, but I got to do it from the side. And usually around his wheel, or around where his bogies are. Now he's facing me now, so I can do almost nothing. And there I hit his track again. And that's all I'm doing right now is just trying to knock his track out so he can't maneuver. So the artillery's gone, the Matilda's gone. Oh, no, I lied. There's the Matilda. It was the M3 Lee corpse I was looking at. So I tracked him again. And I'm just going to try to keep him there until somebody with a bigger gun can come up and penetrate him. And honestly, he's not even really paying attention to me. So, destroyed his track again. And then my teammate got him. Now, unfortunately for my teammate, this TD is moving up. And he gets destroyed, so I'm going to move up on this TD. At this point, it's just the TD, 2 TDs, and me left. That is it, and I'm damaged. Got a big chunk out of that TD. I hear somebody's on our cap. I got that TD, and I'm going to start moving toward our cap. And I got a fairly fast tank, so I'm sure I can make it. And pretty soon you'll see something in chat where my teammates are telling me to go to cap, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going. and I just used the hotkey to reply to him. So this is where it turns into a real knuckle biter for me. This is a TD, and they're hard to pen from the front because TD has heavy armor in the front. Well, most TDs. There are some that are pretty light. And I'm actually almost there already because, like I said, this tank's pretty fast. And I was starting to sweat it because it's getting pretty close to the cap time. And I don't just want to charge out there because I don't know where he's at. And there he is, and he had his side to me. And unfortunately, he turned toward me, and I hit him in the front. So at this point, I locked onto him, and I'm just circling him, trying to stay out from in front of him, and he keeps shooting and missing, thank God. So I got around to the side of him, and that's where I can actually do some damage. And I'm waiting for a reload, and I'm starting to sweat it. I hit him in the front again, and I keep turning, and then finally, I got him, and we won the game. So, yay me. Well, I'm not going to lie, I nearly had a stroke in that game. Good heavens, that came down to the wire, and I can't believe I was able to take out that salve with my little light tank with the flak cannon on it. I just had to keep maneuvering and shoot him in the side. So I did really well. I got 2 kills. Oh, I only got 2 kills, but what kills they were. And I got my my bruiser, I got my sharpshooter, and I got my mastery badge first class. Middle of the ground, well, actually a little below middle as far as damage, but above average for kills. And I got a nice chunk of change. It was a fun match. I had a blast. What a cool game. As you saw, I had fun in both matches. The match in the M4 was a loss, but I still had a lot of fun. Went down swinging and died in an unusual fashion. Now, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't kidding. The Pz.Kpfw match, I was literally shaking at the end of it. I was so hyped up on adrenaline. Did not want to lose for my team and managed not to do so. So, like I said, I enjoyed myself in both matches. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, remember to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. I will see you all at the next Porterhouse Plays.